Hello everyone, this will be the review of game Garage Bad Trip, and the key was provided by developer. This game doesn't look as good as you might think by this doggy here, which is really awesome. Sadly, the game has interlaced pixel art graphics, and that's what you get. It has a quite long story with many chapters. There is roughly as much as you can see here. Right, they have like in between parts of a chapter, and every chapter is like a different map. They are also quite different in what you do in them. Sometimes you have to look for one weapon, sometimes you fight a lot, sometimes you have a sort of sneaking mechanic. That's the one I got stuck at. So I got stuck at this chapter, and to be honest, I'm completely done with the game because it annoyed me really a lot. I made it to chapter 8, and it's just too much for me to take. It's just too annoying and too repetitive. There's something probably wrong with this save system. I tried to do it. It saved like at some point, and then I had to do 3 or 4 things at once without any save, and I always screwed up at some point, so I gave up there. But if you are good at it, or if you don't have the same problem as me with save, then maybe you will be able to beat it. I was unable. I just screw up every time. I might even show it to you later. And I just don't want to spoil too much of a story, but I might show you the problem which is there. I will show now the gameplay, which is in the challenges. I unlocked challenges at some point. Challenges are just separate maps. There is 7 of them, I guess, in each. So you have additional maps aside from the story. And I played Arena, so I'm gonna show you Arena, how it looks. By the way, the game is probably gonna be way too loud, so I will just have to do something with the settings, maybe completely kill the this should be a exact slider, which it isn't, so you can only go completely down or as much as before, so I'm gonna go completely down. Video, well, you can check resolution and window mode, but it's just quality high or medium. That's all the changes you can have. So you have to have this interlaced pixel art graphics. There is no way you can fix it. It's just as bad as it looks. The game itself is not that bad really. Just the graphics are horrible. Those are the controls. That's what you roughly have. There is no real progression in the game. You just collect additional weapons and well, sometimes you get a key. Aside from the key, you can get up to 3 med packs. So that's all you collect. You don't really have any perk system, any leveling, anything like it. All you can do is collect slightly more weapons and resources, or rather resources for weapons, which is ammo. Weapons you just unlock in a linear way, sort of. Sometimes the weapons just lie around, but you have to make it to a particular point of the story to get particular weapons. So if we go to this arena, this is how it looks. You have this guy who moves kinda like in Grand Theft Auto 1 or 2. You can pick up the weapon and fight those guys with the typical pew pew sounds, but I decided to just comment through it instead of going with the sound. Alright, so we kill those guys, more of them come out. That's just the first weapon you get. I think you also get an axe at some point, the melee weapon. So right now we have this gun, which kinda works. This is the same type of game as, for instance, Alien Shooter, second part maybe, because the first one was really ugly. Second part was kinda better. So that's this top-down shooter type of game, where I'm very much failing, but I think I made it. Right, that's the med pack, right? So we can have the key, you can have the med pack, and then you just collect weapons and sometimes additional items to go with the story. So this is roughly the gameplay. That will be the second arena. Maybe I will take the weapon, show some other enemy. Yeah, there should be policemen like these. And then you kinda have to try to kill them. Probably I'm messing it up because I'm running out of ammo. Yeah, that's all I have. I'm now being knocked back and killed. Right, so I'm dead. Probably I would have to clearly kill them with well-aimed shots. Maybe I would have to collect all weapons if there are more than one. Hard to say, really. We'll just collect it again. Right, I'm not sure if you can headshot. Probably you can't. You can kill them. And then I'm dead again, of course. Right, I'm dead. No ammo, by the way. There's nothing I can do now. Yeah, so it's quite challenging. Those are, well, challenges, so probably have to make every bullet count, but that's roughly what the gameplay looks in those challenges. I will now go back to menu, and I will show you some of the sneaking and one of the levels when I got stuck. It won't have much of the story, I will just skip it. I'll just show you more of the gameplay. Let me continue. By the way, it's on easy. So challenges, I don't think they have the difficulty setting, but the story was on easy. The problem is that I didn't have problem with the combat. I had problem with actually doing this sneaking part. Right. So if you go into the actual campaign, I think I can move it. Right. It's just the very beginning of one of the levels. I'm going to show you maybe how it looks. I think it should change now. Would it or not? Maybe I have to press this. Toilet paper? Yes, you take tape. I think now it saves where you have taken the tape, because you have to collect all the parts. And here I had the problem. It didn't save at some point. It didn't save after getting second part. It did, and then I went to third one. And I had to do all remaining 3 parts and go back to the crafting table at the same time on one save. Basically it didn't save any further. Like now it saves. It always saves here. And then you have to do one of the challenges. I'm gonna try to do the mines one. This one with the mines. We'll see if it saves. Probably won't be even able to do it because it's very hard. Always mess up with that. Yeah, you're dead. Then you start over. And a lot of the game is just this. A lot of the game is just coming back to a checkpoint and then going further and trying to do it again. The controls are not the best for this sort of thing, for the sneaking elements. So you are very likely to screw it. No, I already screwed it. Right. Now when there is alarm going, it won't save. You can collect the next item, but it won't save. I don't think this ever goes off. So it's kind of screwed, right? They come, they kill you. You have to do it perfectly. And basically here I got completely stuck with this. I mean, the combat was okay, but this sort of stuff is just way too annoying. It's just too much for me to take. It's just annoying. The game is generally very annoying. Balance is completely off as well in combat, but that's not that much of a problem. I could actually do it. It does have content, for sure. This we have to say. Content, yeah, there is all those chapters, and it definitely takes a long time. Now I have to pretty much kill myself. Yeah, so I can do this. I just can't do even this one thing here. Probably because I'm better at this, but it's just very, very annoying and frustrating. Some people had problem even with first fight with the boss. I've seen it, but I personally was able to kill him and go through all those chapters, but then I kinda really lost it. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to do it. Like I barely did it now, I think. Or maybe it's still the alarm going. Maybe it's the alarm. Yeah, I think I caused the alarm as well here. So you can't sneak past this. You have to do it in an appropriate sequence. You could do something else, right? You could like do this part and get like an item from here, but then you still have to do that one that I can't do pretty much, right? You can go like here and collect another item like this, but now it doesn't save. See, I did it, it doesn't save, so I still have to now go all the way back and do something else. I'm not sure even if you do it in a proper sequence. Should I now go for the plank and then it saves? Maybe. Problem is I can't do it. because I always run into mines or I trigger the alarm. That's the problem. I kinda can do this. Let's go back. There is actually no combat here, but I've shown you the combat in the previous one, in the challenge. Right, so probably have to go somewhere there somehow. Not sure how we are supposed to do it. Probably go like this, maybe. Now when it goes down, I would have to probably run all the way. Can I just make it there? No, I would die probably. Yeah, I died. I messed up, and I will start again here, right? See, this is the problem. If you do it in the wrong sequence, it doesn't save. Okay, I'm going to show you one more place, maybe one of the chapters, like the third one maybe, so that you can see more of the combat. Let's just go for one of the chapters. Hopefully it's gonna be something that's not doesn't have too much story, but we'll see some of the movement. I'm gonna skip everything, just go E. Right. What do we have here? I have actually nothing. I should have something. This is weird. Why doesn't have weapons at all? Maybe you don't have weapons still in the third chapter. I'm not sure. It's quite possible, yeah. Just melee combat and kicking. Weird, I don't have any weapons at all. Maybe that's the problem. It could be this. Can I open? No, I'm not sure if I can do anything with it. There's some physics involved, but I'm trying to find a weapon. So apparently there is nothing. I guess this is the place where you're finding an axe somewhere. Yeah, that's where you find an axe, but you have to make it, I guess. This is quite possible. Maybe you have to collect parts for the axe or something like that. What was this? Not sure. Oh, that was the key. Yeah, blade and handle, right. So here you make an axe. So maybe I'm gonna move to another one. Maybe fifth. This should work. Let's move to fifth chapter. Hopefully there will be some combat. Yeah, maybe this one. I'm not sure why it's 5.1, not just 5. But that's what it is. So basically I got stuck on this part with sneaking. It was just way too annoying for me to keep doing it endlessly. Yes, now we have a weapon. Move around, you can kick stuff. Right, you get some healing, you can open door, shoot some guy if he attacks, right? They attack of course, so you shoot them. And you open stuff, sometimes reds come out, get more ammo, and you keep going, right? So this is roughly the gameplay. It's quite okay designed, but I don't like the graphics. That's my problem. That's just graphically not exactly what I would like. Definitely without the interlace it would be better. Also it should just have higher quality graphics for the sake of it, you know, because I'm a big enemy of pixel art in every form. Actually the same, I wouldn't say developer, but I think the same publisher they published Graveyard Keeper, which looks absolutely awesome, especially for pixel art game. So I kind of don't understand why this game is supposed to be better by being this ugly. I wouldn't say it's better, I would say it's annoying, just graphically. Do I have the axe? Yeah, I can open it. Right, I'm just gonna go into one more combat and then we'll stop. This guy has a helmet. Right, more bullets. So yeah, this is roughly how it works. You collect a couple of weapons, unlock them, get ammo, get up to 3 med packs, keys for doors. You can also cut doors with the axe, those that can be cut. You can poke some stuff that's on the ground and get some more, yeah, let's kill them. Get some more stuff from the chests, but you don't really develop your character much. You just unlock the default weapons. That's what you get. Alright, I can explode it, right? Graphics are not the best, but that's okay for the gameplay. The graphics are good enough for the gameplay, but they're still annoying. And I think a game like this would benefit from just looking better. I'm not even asking for enemies like in the menu, because the dog is really cool. Here what we have is just way more ugly. Kind of reminds me of GTA or Alien Breed games, which is a bit old for 2018, but it's quite responsive. At the same time, for a top-down shooter, it kind of works. It's also a horror game. It has even jump scares, lots of secrets, lots of achievements. Generally speaking, it's hard to say what I think about it, because it mixes a couple of things I really hate with things I kind of accept. Let's go back to menu and I will sum up. So content-wise, there is a lot. There is those 28 challenges and the whole game. Some people say it's 6 hours long. For me, it would be longer because I get stuck. I'm either running circles or I'm completely stuck on this sneak element. If you play on harder, it's definitely gonna take longer. So I would say it's 6 hours up. I would rather say it's probably kind of like 10 hours with all the repetition dying plus the challenges. So content is okay. Depth of the game, not really, because you just have weapons. You will move around and shoot. So this is kind of like first or second GTA when it comes to weapons. Of course, it's less because you don't really have many quests. You just have linear quests to follow. You don't steal cars. You don't really get any sort of reputation or any money or any perks, nothing like that. You just move around shooting. So it's kind of a top-down shooter with horror and stealth elements in a very ugly graphics, I would say. I mean, there is some content in the graphics. There is some physics. There is some enemies, weapons, stuff that you can interact with, but it's just very ugly. So it doesn't really add to the gameplay. If the game had this graphics as in many with this doggy, that would be much better, but sadly it doesn't. You also have some elements of tripping from time to time, which basically makes the game look even worse. It adds even more filters on the screen and it just looks extremely bad. That's my opinion. Or, of course, it might add to the well, to gameplay, because it's some additional element. It definitely makes the game harder because it looks really messed up on top of what it's already is looking bad. So it's definitely harder and it's kind of interesting element. It's just that the presentation is horrible. So lack of depth or progression, good content, solid gameplay as such, horrible graphics and annoying I would say annoying difficulty, because some elements are just easy. Stuff like that sneaking without proper saves is just super annoying and super hard. Bosses are kinda so-so. They might be hard, they might be easy, depending how you play. Generally, you can progress, but at some point I had really big hiccups when I was just trying to go through a particular section. It was ridiculously hard. Even I had problem with reds. I had problem with one section with the turret. So it's all over the place, I would say. The difficulty, even on one difficulty setting, you will just get stuck. At some point, you'll also breeze through another section, so it's just all over the place. Not very well balanced. And I'm not even talking about just the combat, because the combat is quite okay when it comes to weapon damage and enemy types. That's okay, but other elements of the game may be very annoying. Running circles may be annoying, sneaking can be annoying, some boss fights can be annoying, some additional sections like the stripping section or turret section can be annoying. But overall, you can generally progress. You can collect ammo, med packs, find keys, kill some enemies, and just progress, unless you get stuck on something really ridiculous. How many points I would give it? I would generally give it 6 out of 10. It's not a horrible game. I personally got annoyed by this, well, mostly by the stealth section. That's the most annoying part. Also by the graphics. In 2018, I would really expect more, and it's ugly for the sake of it. Even without the interlace would be better, but it's just pixel art for the sake of making an ugly game. or an excuse to say, oh, you know, we make retro game because I know it's fashionable. I would say it's a downgrade. 20 years ago or more, they made anti-aliasing. I was actually playing one of the probably grandparents of MechWarrior, and back then when I saw a card, when I started using, I think it was Voodoo, it immediately made the game better. Just, you know, just adding anti-aliasing to your game is better. Always better graphics is just better. There's no benefit in making games downgraded or retro or ugly because it doesn't add to experience. Even though I absolutely like Graveyard Keeper, it still would be better if it had no pixel art at all. I would say it's just annoying and unnecessary. And in Graveyard Keeper, actually the pixel art is very good. Here it's just ugly. It's ugly for the sake of it. It's a level of first GTA for unknown reason. I don't know why they do it. If it's a way to save money, then I don't know, get more money on not how it's called, Kickstarter. Yeah, get more money on Kickstarter and make an actual game with proper graphics. If it's a design choice, it's a bad design choice. I don't like pixel art. Just saying. But still, the game is quite solid when it comes to content and gameplay, so it's a positive review. It is above average. Quite a lot of content for this sort of top-down horror shooter. Of course, there are other games like Subterrane, for instance, which probably has even more content and it looks better. It's more in depth, much more in depth actually. So there's definitely competition for it. But some people might like this game either for the challenge or for, well, maybe they like the retro style. I don't. I personally don't. Maybe they will want to get all achievements or play on harder. So yes, you can do it. You can make it harder and get all the achievements. So this would be more challenging than it already is. Well, graphically it's a horror really in a negative sense, but it has solid gameplay and content. So overall it's above average, but I would definitely prefer it to look better and be less annoying in particular sections. I'm personally done with the game, but I actually played it quite a lot. I was trying to test it to see if it has more to offer, and I just got stuck on one of the annoying elements. But yeah, at least I unlocked the challenges and I've seen like probably more than half of the game. So I think that's enough. If you want to actually beat it and try to finish everything, then be my guest, get it. I would say get it on sale because really it's really downgraded, so I wouldn't really pay a lot of money for it. But yeah, it should give you quite a lot of gameplay, probably like 10 plus hours, I would say. If you go for all the challenges or harder difficulties, then maybe even longer. So yeah, quite solid content for a game like that, but really downgraded presentation, and a lot of annoyance, a lot of salt. Right guys, so that will be it about Garage Bad Trip, and I will see you in the next review.